We all know the stories of success, the grand victories, the brilliant ideas that reshaped our world. But what if the greatest change, what if the most powerful lesson came not from a triumph, but from a catastrophic failure? From a mistake so profound, so utterly bewildering, it should have been the end. This isn't a story about a hero or a genius. It's a story about a man named Arthur Vance, a quiet, meticulous engineer in the late 1960s. He was designing the next generation of a critical power grid component, a simple relay, a small, unassuming box that controlled the flow of electricity to millions. The prototype worked flawlessly. The calculations, perfect. He signed off on the final blueprints, a simple, confident signature, sealing a deal worth a staggering sum, $1 million in today's money. The units were manufactured, installed, and for a year, everything was fine. Then, a single substation failed, then another, miles away, then a cascading domino effect. Cities went dark, hospitals ran on emergency power, airports shut down. The grid, the very backbone of modern society, was collapsing. The investigation was brutal. What they found was a flaw so small, so microscopic, it was almost unbelievable. A single, almost imperceptible miscalculation. A rounding error in a complex algorithm. Arthur's mistake. A tiny mathematical oversight on a single page of his blueprints. A detail no one, not his team, not his superiors, not the external auditors, had caught. The headlines were merciless. The public outrage, deafening. Arthur Vance became a pariah. He lost his career, his reputation, his peace of mind. He was the man who turned out the lights. But something remarkable happened in the wake of that darkness. The nation, shaken to its core, realized how fragile its infrastructure was. They launched a massive, unprecedented overhaul. Engineers from rival companies, who were once competitors, were forced to collaborate. The old systems were torn down. New, redundant safety protocols were developed. A second and third layer of checks and balances, systems designed to prevent just one person's rounding error from bringing down a nation. And Arthur Vance, he vanished from public life, but he never stopped working. In his quiet solitude, he began to write. He documented every single step of his failure, every variable, every calculation, every single detail. He created a manual, a Bible of what not to do. This $1 million mistake, that document, became the foundation of modern infrastructure safety. His failure, his raw, painful honesty, became the blueprint for a stronger, more resilient future. So the next time you hear a story of success, remember Arthur Vance. Remember that sometimes the most valuable lessons are learned not in the light of victory, but in the profound, humbling darkness of a mistake. And sometimes, $1 million failure can change a nation for the better.